I'm going to show you how I create this eye look and how I create a lot of looks like this, especially if you have aging eyes. I think you're going to find this to be really helpful. It's very easy to do. I'm going to show you what I use. You don't have to use what I'm using. Use what you already have. It's all about in the application. Let's get into the video. So I'm going to give you a lot of detail in this video for creating looks. Now, sometimes I can do just like one really quick one eyeshadow look, and this is just a really another simple eye look, but I think the simplest ones are the best for me, and I just feel like this just is a look I could do, go out the door, and it just looks really pretty. So today for this, and you're gonna see me do a similar look in another video, but I don't feel like I really broke it down, so you're gonna see this video. I'm gonna use this eyeshadow palette. This is the Super Nudes from Charlotte Tilbury. You don't have to use this, okay? So I'm using the Super Nudes from Charlotte Tilbury, and these are the shadows that I'm using. So if you have similar shadows, you can do this a similar look. You don't have to run out and buy this. First thing I always make sure that I do is I prep my eyes. I use an eyeshadow primer. The one that I use that's a primer is actually a cream eyeshadow. It's Painterly from MAC, and I already did that eye already. So I applied that. And the reason that you want to, and you're going to hear me repeat this, but I have new subscribers here. Um, so the reason that you want to wear an eyeshadow primer is because you want to, first of all, it's going to help to keep your eyeshadow on and prevent it from creasing. It's also going to help to even out this area as far as your skin tone. If you have redness, veining, we all get that as we age. And if you're trying to cover that up with a eyeshadow, you're just going to be using a lot more eyeshadow. So it's just going to look a lot prettier if you go ahead and use an eyeshadow primer. I don't agree that using a concealer or a foundation, I see some people do it. I've seen even some makeup artists do it, but then I see makeup artists saying the same thing that I'm saying, is that a concealer and a foundation just doesn't work as good in my opinion, okay? All right. And like I said, cream shadow is just perfectly to use. The one that I use is one that is going to be creaseless. Laura Mercier is another one. You could even use Laura Mercier, but I just use this. I don't know if I have a color that would be, probably would be a, anyways. If you could find Laura Mercier one that's kind of like your skin tone, that would be fabulous. So the next thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to follow what this says to do. But you could even use a palette like this. This is great too. This one's from By Mario. So you can go in here, and what I would do for me is I would go in maybe and start with a color like that. All over. I'm going to do an all over color first today. Now, if you have really hooded eyes, which I always tell you guys I used to. If you look at my old videos, my eyes used to be really hooded, and I did not get surgery. It's just from using all the gadgets and doing all the stuff that I do. I don't have hooded eyes anymore. But I used to have really hooded, not really hooded, but they were hooded eyes. You, like I said, you can see them in the older videos. So what you want to do if you have hooded eyes is you don't want to go like this and put your eyeshadow on and do that, because then when you relax your eye, it's going to look like that. So if I really relax my eye, you can see I still have that. Okay. But anyways, so I'm going to go in and I'm going to use this color right here as my all over. So I'm putting it on my lid, and I'm even getting it up here in the crease. And what this is going to do, this, a lot of people used to talk about transition color. So transition color is going to help to blend the next shadow that you're going to put on, so it doesn't look, so it just blends in. You don't have that harsh look. And I'm going to show you what you can do if you still are doing this and you still get it. I'm going to show you. So the next color that I'm going to use is, and by the way, I use that fluffy brush. I like to use a fluffy brush. I can basically do a whole eye look with this, but I'm going to use different brushes today. So I'm going to go in, I'm going to use my rougher number 12 brush, and I'm going to go in and I'm going to use that shadow right there, that brown shadow. It's kind of like a brown metallic-y shadow. And I like to start right here in the outer corner because I want to pull my eye up. So even if I had a hooded eye, this is what I like to do. I like to pull it up, and then I'm going to use it in here. This is going to help to define my eye. I know it looks really dark, but if you see the other eye, it's going to be okay. So I basically did the same thing. And then I'm going to take that fluffy brush again, and now I'm going to start to blend this. So I'm just going to, and I like to hold my brush like this, but I'll tell you, I've seen makeup artists do this, but I feel like I'm gonna have a heavy hand if I do it like this. I like to back it up. I've seen makeup. Here's the thing about makeup artists. I keep saying this. Like I'll see a makeup artist do this. Okay, I don't even know how they're doing it. And then I see people like me that do it like this. Makeup artists that do it like this. And I am not a licensed makeup artist. I was in the hair industry. I've taken makeup classes, but I've never gotten, my I never got any certificate for makeup. But anyways, I like to back it up because I want to have a really light hand when I'm buffing this out. So you don't see any line. You just want it to look smooth and flawless. Now, if you feel like maybe I want a little too heavy, then what you can do is go back to that first color right here. Okay, just need a little bit, tap it off. And then we're going to go right on top of that and buff it out. And I like to wipe, I have a towel on my lap, by the way, so I like to wipe it off as I'm going along so I don't have too much shadow on. And again, I'm just going in there and just really lightly working that and buffing it out. See? Another thing you could do is you can use a setting powder, a finishing powder, and you can do the same thing. You put a powder on there and blend it out. I've even seen some people, and I've actually done it too, is you can use just a tiny bit of foundation, like the tiniest amount on a brush. Okay, not the same brush that you're blending it out, just a different kind of like brush. And then you put it in the back of your hand, you really, really, really work it in. And then you're going to go in there and then you're going to just lightly, just on the corners, the edges there, just to blend it out. You just put that foundation there. But you see, as I'm blending it, you really have to take the time to blend. I know a lot of times I don't always show my whole blending because it can take a little bit because I'm really picky. And I'm going to go in and I'm going to use that color right there because I don't like to use an eyeliner. I just find them to be too harsh. Now, sometimes I have used it and I might, if I'm using a palette, and I'm so sorry about this. If I'm using a palette and the color isn't going to be deep enough, I will use an eyeliner first and then I will do my shadow. I'm just going to go ahead right here, right under my, like right on top of my lash line and blend it out. So if I feel like I have to scream. This is going to end up being a comedy or you're going to be annoyed. I'm sorry. But if you're going to use an eyeliner, again, you want to put this on very, very lightly. You want to go in with the smudger brush and just lightly, just smudge it out. Then go on top of it with the eyeshadow. Because that way you're going to deepen the color, but then you're going to set it with the powder. Now I'm going to go ahead and put this liner on my tight line. And then I'm going to also do it right, and you want it to be sharper than this. This is another pencil that I bought. This one's from By Mario, and I just feel like I'm going through it so quickly, so I don't sharpen as much as I should, because I just feel like I would be buying this every other week. It's ridiculous. Definitely not going to repurchase this. I just did a little flick like that. And what I will do, I mean, it's just obnoxious at this point, isn't it? I'm sorry. Remember, this is somebody filming in their house, okay? I'm not in a studio. I'm going to take this brush right here from Reference, the 29 brush. This is so good for doing a little detail work. So I'm just going to go on the edge here and just kind of define that a little bit more. Just going to go ahead and do my mascara. And I'm going to do my hair and everything. And fingers crossed when I'm done, they will be done. I want you to see the difference between both my eyes. So one I used a little bit of shimmer. This one is from the Give. This is from Give Beauty, and this is in the color, I don't know if they have this anymore. This is in Dazzle. You don't have to get this, but I do have it. This is probably gonna last me forever. So what I like to do is hold on a second. I will take a little bit of MAC Fix Plus, and I will spray my brush. I'm like frantically trying to hurry up before they start again. And I will spray my brush, and then I will put a little bit on, tap it off. And I just like to use a little bit of sparkle. You don't have to do it. You see what it looks like without it, but look at how pretty. And I kind of tap this on too. And usually I do it before mascara. I just was kind of in a tizzy because of all that. So let me get my lipstick on and I'll be right back. Okay, so this is my final look. This is like my go-to. This is like my go-to. I will either do a one shadow look, which I'm sharing another video. I think it might be out before this one. I'm not sure. And I'll share other videos like that, one shadow looks. Um, but I will do something like this that's very, I mean, it's easy, you guys. It's so easy. And it's just a nice color. I like to use a lot of neutrals. I do get fun colors. I do that sometimes, but I feel like for the most part, this is what I wear. I just wear neutral colors, browns, peaches, taupes, that kind of a thing, because I feel like it goes with everything that I wear. It's easy to do. I'm out the door and it just works. And I feel like a lot of people do. I think it is fun to, like I said, to do fun colors and stuff like that, but it just depends on what you're wearing. I will put below what I used. You don't have to use what I'm using. I always tell you that in my videos. I really hope that you enjoyed this video. I really hope that it was helpful and informative. If you are new here, I would love to have you join. I share new videos every single week. Please consider smashing that subscribe button below. It is free. I would greatly appreciate it if you've enjoyed it, to make sure you like, share, and comment. Helps to push the videos out to the algorithm. Would greatly appreciate it. And I will see you all in my next video. Bye.